Lorenzana-Philippines must always interact in every combined exercise to strengthen Philippine military strength. Philippine Defense Minister Delfin Lorenzana suggested that the Philippines could increase its presence in the next iteration of the Rim of the Pacific RIMPAC exercise, the world's largest international maritime exercise, which occurs every 2 years and was just concluded earlier this month. Although the next RIMPAC iteration does not occur until 2020. Lorenzana's comments remain worth noting in terms of how Manila thinks about such involvement in the context of its own security at home and abroad. As I mentioned earlier on this page, one of the important features of this year's RIMPAC iteration is that, beyond Vietnam's new inclusion, it also witnessed the highest level of participation by Southeast Asian countries. To date, 7 of the 10 Southeast Asian countries have participated in RIMPAC this year: Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand and Vietnam, and 4 countries that previously participated in several capacities sent ships to RIMPAC when they did not. One of these countries is the Philippines. At RIMPAC 2018 this year, the Philippine contingent consists of the strategic sealing vessel BRP Davao del Sur, LD 602, BRP Andres Bonifacio, FF-17, Augusta Westland Navy AW-109 helicopter, and around 700 sailors and Marines. Philippine officials have noticed the importance of exercises such as RIMPAC for the Philippine military. Lorenzana said the participation of the Philippine naval contingent marked an important milestone, not only for the Navy, but for the Defense Department as all. But perhaps more interestingly, Lorenzana also went on to state that if the Philippines did choose to participate in this way in the next RIMPAC iteration, which is scheduled for 2020, it could also increase its presence at the training site. Although he did not offer many specific methods, he said Manila could send more ships than this year, maybe 3 ships rather than 2. While it may seem like only a small difference, it is important given the limited naval capability Manila has despite its continuing investment in military modernization under Duterte's supervision. Lorenzana also suggested that outside the Navy, the Philippines could also send several Army Special Forces and Air Force Special Operations personnel. That is not surprising at all given the breadth of operations at RIMPAC and Lorenzana's own emphasis on Philippine military involvement in general, not just the Navy. Nonetheless, this is worth mentioning in the context of the Philippines' own ongoing efforts to improve the integration between these services both in domestic and international involvement. Of course, while Lorenzana's comments may be worth noting, it remains to be seen whether they will really be followed up. The next RIMPAC loop is still a long way off, and given Manila's limited capabilities, other scheduled engagements or even unexpected developments or crises can affect the actual participation rate. When planning begins to form for the next RIMPAC and we get closer to the actual training, the general outline will become clearer. Source: The Diplomat News. Thank you for watching and hearing the latest military news. Keep up to date with the latest military news on the Update Defense channel. Hope you enjoy it.